We need to talk about the Spider-Man Brand New Day post-credit scene. Was Tobey Maguire secretly in this film? Or did this post-credit scene just confirm that Yelena Belova is about to recruit Spider-Man for her mission to the Fox X-Men universe in Avengers Doomsday? Hey everyone, Colton here, and Spider-Man Brand New Day was fantastic. In fact, I think I'm comfortable in saying that yes, this is the best live-action Spider-Man movie since Sam Raimi and Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man 2. And speaking of Tobey Maguire, I think he might have been in this movie. Let me explain. The previous Spider-Man film was Spider-Man No Way Home, which featured the return of Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man via the multiverse. Now, in that movie, we hear Tom Holland's Peter deem Tobey's Peter, Peter 2.
Peter 1, Peter 2, Peter 2, Peter 3. Peter 3.
And he even makes a reference to Peter 2 in Brand New Day when testing out his new organic webbing.
Organic webs. Peter 2 had him. He was cool. You're cool.
In so many ways, this movie, Brand New Day, it was a swan song, right, to that era, that Raimi, Tobey Maguire era of Spider-Man films, especially with the way the film was shot and color corrected, and it also had like similar story beats with Peter and his powers acting up as he tries to walk that line between being Peter Parker and Spider-Man. That brings me to the post-credit scene.
Location unknown. Location unknown. Location found.
In the movie, we learn that Ned has created an app called the Spidey Tracker that works a lot like speed check reports on a navigation app. People see Spider-Man in a location and they then report that to the app, just like if you're driving down the highway and you see a cop hiding behind a billboard, you can report a speed check on your navigation app so that other drivers know that, oh, hey, speed trap up here. So, to be clear, Ned does not have an actual tracker inside of Spider-Man's suit.
Peter, why are we removing the tracker from your suit?
In the post-credit scene, we get a shot of the Spidey Tracker app, and you'll notice that there are no recent sightings, thus giving the impression that Spider-Man is missing. We then pan off into space, we get these multiversal glitches like we're passing through these interdimensional barriers, and then boom, out there floating in space, a new location is found for Spider-Man. Now, if we want to be super technical and in-universe about it, well, this would mean that, one, someone is using the app and reported a Spider-Man sighting out there in deep space, and somehow that signal has made its way back to Earth. And this whole thing could be teasing that, hey, Spider-Man, the MCU Spider-Man, he wound up in space, maybe even on the planet that will be known as Battle World. And as my friend Ryan Airy suggested in his Ending Explained, be sure to check that out, this could be Peter's way of letting Ned know, hey, I'm okay, I'm off in space again. But I think we may be taking the post-credit scene a little too literally. I think it could be like a fourth wall breaking style of post-credit scene, when using the Spidey Tracker app to tell us that there is a Spider-Man in space, one that is about to pass through an interdimensional barrier and come to the MCU Earth. And who could that Spider-Man be? Well, the very Spider-Man that was referenced in the film, Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man. And I think the reason it says he's in space and passing through multiversal barriers is because he is on board the interdimensional Fantastic Four rocket with the Fantastic Four, with Doctor Doom, and with Steve Rogers. According to leaks, the opening of Avengers Doomsday features an incursion happening to Tobey Maguire's Earth, and that his universe ends up being destroyed. And some leaks even suggest that he dies as a result. Now, this leak also shares that the X-Men universe is the universe that is colliding with Tobey's, and that they end up destroying his universe to save their own. But Hugh Jackman's Wolverine, who was there planting the bomb that destroys the universe, he ends up staying with Tobey as Tobey's universe crumbles. That's what the leak says. Now, I have long said that if this leak is true, then I think Tobey and Hugh's fates are like left open-ended and setting up for them to make a return in Secret Wars. Like they could land in the void when the universe dies, and then they could have a big role to play in Avengers Secret Wars. But what if the scene actually pans out like this, and Tobey and even Hugh Jackman have a bigger role in Doomsday than we previously expected? What if just before Tobey's universe collapses and he and Wolverine are sitting there, just watching the sky break into pieces? What if we see the Fantastic Four rocket zip in, the door opens, and Dr. Doom comes out the door and tells them,
"Come with me if you want to live."
and so that could mean that Tobey Spider-Man and Hughes Wolverine are on that ship as it is coming into the MCU, and that they were saved last minute by the Fantastic Four, by Doom, and by Steve Rogers, and they're there with them when they come into the mainline MCU to meet with Thor and the other Avengers. Now, personally, unfortunately, I doubt that's the case. This is probably, in all likelihood, a reference to Tom Spider-Man going off-world for Secret Wars, which is likely where we will see his character again, because it's been heavily reported that he's not in Doomsday. But there's also the possibility that this could be a reference to Tom Holland's Spider-Man, but it also still has to do with Doomsday and the Fantastic Four. Maybe his role in Doomsday is being hidden well. Perhaps Spider-Man, who knows Yelena Belova well, as we saw in Brand New Day, they bathed together, maybe he goes with her to the X-Men universe in Avengers Doomsday. We have seen in the Avengers Doomsday trailer that Yelena goes with Reed and Sam Wilson and Shang-Chi to the X-Men universe. So if Yelena feels like, hey, I need an extra hand here, she could recruit her old friend Spider-Man, who she has said, needs to deal with small potato things, but maybe she's like, hey, we got a big potato and I need your help. And that would explain why when this post-credit scene opens, there are no sightings of Spider-Man, and why he is now showing up in space after having gone through interdimensional barriers to the X-Men universe. And if that is the case, that would mean that Tom Holland's Spider-Man is there with Yelena, Reed, Shang-Chi, Sam Wilson, and Doctor Doom going to the Fox X-Men universe. I can't believe I just said that sentence. That would be epic. But hey, let me know. What do you think that the post-credit scene actually meant? Which Spider-Man are they referring to? And why the hell is he drifting out in space? Let me know your thoughts and theories down in the comments below. If you're new here, please do feel free to subscribe. Hit the bell so you get notified every time I upload a new video. I've been Colton Ogburn, and I will see you next time. Bye!